My name's Grant Cardone. This is the Cardone Zone every day, every damn day. I'm going to show you how to get money a lot cheaper than this. Hey, get yourself in a position to sit in that chair right there. Are you the solution or are you the problem?
Yeah, well, we're talking about what does it take?
They don't know you and they're not thinking about you. They do know you and they're not thinking about you.
They forgot you. My name's Grant Cardone. You are in the Cardone Zone where I wake you up, I shake you up, I punch you in the face, but mostly, I'm that good uncle.
What's happening, Grant Cardone?
Yeah, what's happening, man? You got a deal or you got a question?
I want you to have an experience that you will never, ever forget. We want to make this a big event for you. Our goal is to change your lives. This is what you have to go through. Anybody can be 1X or 2X. To get to these multipliers, I mean to blow the roof off of your life and career to 10X in your business. 10X your lives, 10X the lives of the people around you. Give more than you take, and I promise you, you will get more than you ever dreamed of.
I was bored, I was lazy, not doing anything, sleeping, and not doing what I have to do. Grant Cardone changed my life.
I want to showcase your success at Growth Conference 3.
I promise you it'll change your life. When I met him, my entire life got better. He makes people better. He's a magnifier.
It was so empowering, it was so inspirational, and my husband and I will walk away from this, the GrowthCon, changed forever.
I would say to you from all over the world, come to the next 10X conference.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Jared Glant, and every Thursday at noon East Coast Standard Time, we come to the same spot, the same place for young hustlers. We're on the Cardone Zone here, and today I want to share with you 5 ways to jumpstart your success. These are 5 things that you can actually look at in your life, and if you have the ability and the discipline to go out and lean into these areas, it will literally jumpstart your success faster than you ever imagined. So, like, I would assume that if everybody let me rephrase that. I would assume that if you're watching this show, you're probably trying to do better. You're trying to do something better. You're trying to grow your income. You're trying to build your confidence. You're trying to be more effective in the role that you're in. You're trying to maximize your potential. Like, you're trying to do something better. And you know, when I started looking back, I mean, I started working for Grant when I was 26 years old, and I didn't have a lot of the answers to a lot of the questions that I had that dealt specifically with becoming more successful. I didn't have the answers for them yet because nobody ever taught that to me. Like, you know, my parents don't have the kind of money Grant has, so they can't teach me about money the way Grant can. It's just nothing against them. That's just they can't do it. They've never done it before. You can't learn how to dunk from somebody that had never dunked the ball before. So as I started going through and looking at what Grant was doing, I really started picking up tips. I started picking up things that I saw him doing that I knew contributed to him being successful. And so this morning I was just going through and I was looking at everything that we've done over the last year in 2018, and we've got this major event, 10X GrowthCon, just right around the corner, and there's so much stuff going on. And when there's a lot of stuff going on, it can be a little crazy and hectic and chaotic. And I can promise you, if you don't have a lot going on, you're not going to have a lot going on. Like if you don't have a lot of stuff happening around you, if your days aren't jammed up, you are significantly limiting your success. My wife is doing this. She's got a program called the Magic Mom Morning where she helps moms that are postpartum, in pregnancy. She helps them through because she had a kind of a rough go at it, and we spent a ton of money like trying to figure out how to do it the best way possible, the healthiest way possible, the least stressful way possible. And so now what she's doing is she's bundling all that up, and she's got a course that she's taking out. But what she was like so ecstatic about today was this morning she was saying how she's really had a focused plan for the last 2 months and really implementing her course. And the success that she's been getting, and she's been obviously sharing this stuff with her mom, her mom tribe and clients or whatever you want to call them. And she's like, man, it's just, I get so much done. Like I feel like I'm getting so much stuff done. My point of telling you that is if you have a lot going on, you are moving towards targets. You are moving towards goals. If you have time for video games, if you have a lot of time for TV, if you have a lot of time for non-business related social media, then you are not getting a lot done. I promise you. Like I drop the ball on things. I got so many things going on and I'm into so many different lanes. Like I do drop the ball. I'll admit it. Like I forget to do things because I've got so much going on. But at the end of every day, I feel super productive. And when we're in growth conference season, as I think it's going to be named now, Growth Con season, where we're like 30, 60, 90 days out. Things could change all over the office. And it's so exciting. And it reminds me personally, and I hope everybody else, it reminds me how much we are getting done. People from the outside, I talked to a really good friend of mine who's a client today and this morning, and he's like, man, I can't believe how big you guys have gotten and what you're doing, because we're in here just jamming. Like we're not stepping back and admiring what we built. Like we're grinding every single day. And my point of telling you all that is like when you are getting a lot done, you are moving forward. And so I'm going to go over 5 things today in today's show that you need to have as targets, as goals, as benchmarks. You need to be highly aware of these things, because as I look back over my career with Grant 8 years ago, starting answering phones, making $2,500 a month, moving all the way through the last 8 years, and now being the VP of a company and helping be one of the most instrumental people in putting on the biggest entrepreneurial conference on the planet. I've learned a lot working from Grant, and I've picked up a lot of these little things that he does, and I can tell you that I am growing as a person more now than I ever have, and I'm aware of it, and I'm looking for it. And every time I get into these situations where I feel a little bit overwhelmed, I know that that's the moment that things are changing. I'm growing as a person, I'm growing as a professional, and I'm going to share with you when we get back from the break 5 things that you need to have written down on your board every day so that you know that if you are moving forward, you are actually moving forward as fast as you should be. We'll be right back.
I want you to have an experience that you will never, ever forget. We want to make this a big event for you. Our goal is to change your lives. This is what you have to go through. Anybody can be 1X or 2X. To get to these multipliers, I mean to blow the roof off of your life and career to 10X in your business. 10X your lives. 10X the lives of the people around you. Give more than you take, and I promise you, you will get more than you ever dreamed of.
Wealth Dynamics believes everyone has the God-given right to own their potential. Most of us don't, because we spend 40 hours per week serving the 40-year-to-life sentence, trading our precious time for worthless paper called money. We teach our clients to secure income so you can buy your freedom back and live a life of abundance and prosperity. Wealth Dynamics provides coaching, education, accountability, and community to help you build wealth. Join our coaching program, get educated on Wealth Dynamics University, and begin networking with the Wealth Dynamics Mastermind Group today. To get started, go to wealthdynamics.com.
Mail tag. More sales in less time. Know when your links are clicked on within your emails. Track performance metrics, giving you unlimited real-time email tracking. We give you precise email scheduling. Make sure your emails arrive at the right time every time. Increase your open rates and perfect your multi-time zone sending. We automate your follow-up process. See how it can work for you? Try it completely free for 2 weeks.
All right, everybody, we're back. Young Hustlers right here in the Cardone Zone. And today we are talking about 5 tips to jumpstarting your success. I learned a lot over the last 8 years working for Grant, and I picked 5 things that I know for sure jump-started my success and continue to do so this day because I'm always thinking about them. Number 1 tip, you must get uncomfortable. You've got to do it. When Grant said 35,000 people, 35,000 tickets, I immediately moved into fear and discomfort because I know how much work it took to sell 9,000 seats last year. It immediately moved me into being uncomfortable, right? You're a salesperson and you're cold calling businesses and you're getting ready to walk into an office. Dude, like if you're not feeling uncomfortable, you're not chasing a big enough deal. If you have a home-based business or an internet business and you don't drive leads to phone calls because you're afraid to pick up the phone, you need to do more things that make you uncomfortable. Comfort is where you exist in your current state, like today. That is your comfort zone. Your skill level, your connections, your friends, your family, your income, that is comfort because that is where you are at today. Where you want to go tomorrow, if you want to improve, will require that those things change. If things aren't changing around you, if your friends, your income, your surroundings, your circumstances, your mindset, your think, if they are not changing, then you are not growing. And to change requires that you have to introduce something new. And a lot of times this causes people discomfort. And so they stay away from it. They back away from it. It's something new, it's something unknown, and they back away from it. That new and unknown thing, that thing that makes you uncomfortable because it's unfamiliar, is one of the top 5 things that you can do to jumpstart your success. You need to take an evaluation of your life and figure out the things that make you most uncomfortable. You know, there's a lot of people that will tell you, do the things you love and you'll never be without money or you'll always be happy or something like that. Yeah, whatever. Dude, you don't have to be happy doing what you're doing all the time. You don't have to be comfortable doing what you're doing all the time. And in fact, the things that make you the most uncomfortable are probably the things that are going to make you the most money in your life. So the sooner you can confront these things, the sooner you will get where you want to be. Like, I had never cold called before I came to work for Grant before, so it petrified me. It was unknown. It was fear, it was rejection, it was calls, it was like, and I knew that was the number one thing that I struggled with was picking up that phone, right? But I knew it. I was aware of it. So what are the things that you're most uncomfortable with? Are you even aware of them? Are you honest enough with yourself to be able to say, hey, I don't like cold calling people because I don't want to be rejected. I won't go up and talk to the girl because I don't want to be rejected. I don't want to invest my money because there's a chance that maybe possibly I could lose it all. Dude, these are things that everybody thinks. But these are the things that will get you everywhere you want to go in life. Going and making the cold call could lead to the dream client. Going up and talking to the guy or girl could lead to the perfect marriage that you've always dreamed of. Investing the money in the thing that you weren't sure about could be the thing that makes you millions. Going to the event that you weren't sure about could be the thing that connects you with somebody that changes the game for you. So you have to push into these areas of new and uncomfortable because that is where your growth lies. And you've got to be willing to swing the bat and miss. We have to be willing to commit to 35,000 people and come up short on the target. We have to be willing to hire person after person after person and know that they might not be the right person and they may quit or we may have to fire them or whatever. Like, you have to be willing to swing and miss. And I watch Grant do this all the time. Every single day, he takes a swing at something. I'll bet you he misses 75% of the time. 75, maybe better, maybe 85%. 85% of the ideas, the initiatives, the whatever, the things that he does are misses. But you can't get to the 15% that are winners if you're not willing to stand up and swing the bat. So you've got to get uncomfortable. This is massive. It will change your game if you can write down the things that make you uncomfortable and find out a way to freaking attack those things like they're the enemy. Number 2, you got to meet new people. New people bring new ideas, bring new people connect you with knowledge. Like new people connect you with things that you haven't seen or experienced or thought of. You know, back in the day when I was selling on the phone all the time, I used to love talking to people that called in to buy a book. I was trying to sell a $50,000 contract. I loved talking to people that were buying books because I loved learning about their business. I loved learning about a new thing. I found out about so many different industries, so many different ways that people sell things, so many different problems that people had that sold that way. It expanded my knowledge base because I was meeting new people. I was connecting with new people. So like, number 1, people are freaking petrified of getting uncomfortable. Number 2, most people are scared to meet new people. Again, just like with swinging the bat, you've got to be willing to meet people, connect with them, figure out who they are. Like I meet a lot of people that I hang out with once or twice, 1, 2, 3 times, just trying to kind of figure out like where it's gonna go. Like, and dude, the best friends that I have are also people that are like focused on their own careers. So like when I meet somebody, I'm definitely looking, do they check all these boxes for me? Like I don't need just a buddy. I need a buddy who is interested in growing and being successful. So if I've got a friend and they're fun to hang out with, but they're not focused on pushing and grinding and they don't have a lot of stuff going on for themselves, I don't connect with them. Because it's like if you were of one religious faith and you were like a fanatic and you married somebody who was a fanatic of another religious faith or whatever. Like it's just not gonna work. Because at the core, you're not like-minded. So you've got to meet new people. That means you've got to go out. You've got to constantly be replenishing the hoppers. You got to meet people, connect with them. Do you jive? Are you on the same page? If not, next, move on. Build your network. You know, if your pipeline is the thing that is key to creating a sale, your network is going to be key to helping you build and establish a pipeline so that you can make more money and revenue also. So number 1, get uncomfortable. Number 2, meet new people. Number 3, this is really important. Jumpstart your success. You've got to have monster goals and you got to write them down every single day. We have a coaching program that we're doing right now. It's actually called the Jumpstart. And that program is based around like figuring out how to make the most happen in a 4-week period. How can I go from where I'm at to where I want to go, or at least closer, have more certainty, have a defined path? How can I get closer down that road in just 4 weeks' time? Part of that is being super goal focused, like dialed in on your goals. One of the examples that I gave in the group was you need to write out your ideal life. Like your goals should all be tied to your ideal life. What is your ideal life? Think about this. Think about like the most exciting life that you could live. And it may not mean I've got cars and boats and planes and blah, blah, blahs. Maybe it's 6 months out of the year I live in Costa Rica. Whatever. Maybe it's, I donate $1 million a month to a charity. Like think about the ideal life for you. And then that needs to move down into financial targets based on the opportunities that you have. I mean, you need to quantify what your ideal life is going to cost you. That helps your goals become more real. Because now every day when I show up, I'm able to actually say, if I want to move closer towards my ideal life with certainty, then I need to know I need to make this many calls, touch this many people, do this many demos, close this many deals, follow up with this many customers, and make this much money per day. It gives you confidence and certainty. And when you're confident and certain, you have speed. That's what Jumpstart's all about. It's about doing something with speed. And in order to do that, you have to have confidence and certainty because it's like you're running downhill. So number 1, get uncomfortable. Number 2, meet new people. Number 3, have monster goals daily. We're going to go over the last 2 and get to some callers. When we get back from the break, this is Young Hustlers.
I want you to have an experience that you will never, ever forget. We want to make this a big event for you. Our goal is to change your lives. This is what you have to go through. Anybody can be 1X or 2X. You to get to these multipliers. I mean, to blow the roof off of your life and career to 10x in your business. 10x your lives. 10x the lives of the people around you. Give more than you take, and I promise you, you will get more than you ever dreamed of.
For 30 years, I've been investing in real estate. These are large multifamily apartment complexes around the United States that are cash flow positive when we buy them. 97% of my net worth is invested in these properties because I believe in them that much. For the last 12 months, I have been working with the SEC to provide non-accredited investors the opportunity to invest alongside me. If you like the idea of investing in real estate but don't have the time to manage it, you like the idea of investing cash into real assets but don't have time to find the deals, manage the deals, fund the deals. Maybe you don't even know where to start looking. And regardless of what your decision is, let me just say to you that the best financial advice I can give anyone today is what has worked for me. Look forward to you investing with us. I look forward to you being a partner. By the way, this is not a REIT. This is a real asset. You're a partner with me in the exact asset that we're buying. Okay? Good luck investing.
Hey, we're back. 5 tips to jumpstart your success. All I'm telling you in today's show are things that I learned by watching Grant and just trying to pick up what I could. 26 years old, didn't have a whole lot going on. And so when I came here, I was like ready for the opportunity. I had and I still do, I still consider myself a hard worker today. I had really good work ethic. And I was smart enough and honest enough, humble enough and aware enough to look at the things that I wasn't good at and get better at them. To look at the things that were maybe holding me back and get rid of them. Like this awareness of how do I need to fit in here was extremely important. And so I encourage you, as you're going through these tips, I promise you, these are things that I did. Go through this list and be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself about the things you need to work on in this list, because these are the things, these 5 things. If you could do the 5 things that I'm talking to you about today, I promise you it'll change your game fast. It'll change your game fast and you'll be super confident. So number 1, get uncomfortable. You got to do things every single day that make you uncomfortable. Otherwise, you are not growing and you're going to get stale and old and moldy sitting right where you're at. Number 2, you've got to get out and meet new people. People and connections expand your... I'll give you an example. The first time I ever went to Europe and I just saw a different world, being over there and just saying, this is a completely different world. They have completely different rules, a completely different history. They talk different, they dress different, they act different. I got outside of my little bubble in the US, and for some of you, it's even your hometown, right? I've been probably every state in the country in the US, but not a whole lot of world traveling, right? So for some of you, it's even as micro as your own city and town. But when you get out and you start seeing new things, it opens up the possibility. If I ever said, I want to have 100 clients, maybe you said, hey, I want to make $100,000 a year. This is probably a better example. I want to make $100,000 a year. When you get around people that are making $100,000 a month, you quickly realize that $100,000 is no money. And you start seeing the abundance around you. Most people are so locked into their own thing, they miss the freaking abundance that's on this planet. And the abundance is the opportunity. People winning around you, it should give you hope that it can be done. And the best thing about this is there is no limit to the success that you can have. Literally, success is something that can be created in infinite amounts. Because success is just predicated off of creativity and commitment. If you can be committed and you can be creative, you can create a Facebook. You can create an Apple. You can create Netflix. You can create anything if you just get out of the limits of what you know to be life for you today. Man, this is getting freaking deep. I gotta roll my pants up. It's getting deep. So look, 5 ways. Number 1, get uncomfortable. Number 2, meet new people. Expand your freaking reach. Be worldwide. Be worldwide. 7 billion people. You can't even fathom that number. Number 3, you've got to have monster goals. You've got to write them down daily. I write them down twice a day, and you've got to be freaking connected to those. You've got to know how much your goals are going to cost you, and you've got to have goals for your work or for your income that match your ideal life that you're actually working towards. Can you imagine if for 20 years you wrote down that you wanted to be worth $50 million, but you were only writing down that you want to make $200,000 a year? And then you get there and you're like, whoa, I'm like $49 million short of my goal. Imagine if you miss your goal in life and you look back and you realize it was because you simply had the wrong target every single day. So spend the time to do this. I promise you, it'll open your eyes. Number 4, this is huge. Never, ever, ever stop learning. Never stop being willing to learn. Never stop picking up books. Never stop listening to somebody that knows more about something than you. Doesn't mean you have to do something with it, but it's knowledge. It's the ability for you to process it through your understanding and be like, can I use this? How does this work for me? And then maybe you try it, and then maybe it doesn't work and you move on. But the coolest thing about learning, the coolest thing about education, the coolest thing about gathering new information is when you learn something that you don't know. And I know this to be true 1,000%. You give somebody a book on something they knew nothing about. When they finish that book, even if they hated it, they are more inspired. Because they just learned something that before that point in their life, they did not know existed. It could be about an underground colony of bacteria that live in kelp beds in California's central coast. It blows my mind when I learn new things. Like it's so fascinating to me because again, it gives me reinforcement of like literally the limitless amount of abundance that there is on this planet. And you can see people winning, and because I've been this before, I'll cop to this for sure. I've been the person that has seen people around me winning and go, that means there's less for me. I've seen people winning and doing big things and going, man, they're out there doing this and they're taking away from me, and now I have the opportunity to do less. The truth of the matter is, the more people around you win, the more opportunity that should show you that there is. Like literally, there's hundreds of people that listen to this show live, that thousands that download the podcast every week. Like, if every single one of us if we were all worth $100 million each, it wouldn't even register like in the U.S. economy. Like, forget about the global economy. Like, it wouldn't even register in the U.S. economy. There's so much money out there, and the more money you make, the more you realize this. That's why rich, successful people that you follow always talk about like opportunity and potential and like, man, there's just so much available out there if you can just get out of that small think. Because they see it from a lens that you don't have yet. And this is something that I always go back to whenever Grant says stuff about opportunity and potential. Like, I have to remind myself, he is looking through a lens that I don't have. Guy's worth $500 million. He sees things and knows things that I could never know where I'm at today. So you just have to have some faith. You got to have some faith. So if you're following a guy like Grant, you know, a lot of you reach out and go, hey, Jared, I really like listening to you. You got great stuff. You're relatable to me because of where I'm at and where Grant is. You're like a close target for me to like benchmark against. And you should. Like, that's how you should use what I'm saying. Because all I'm doing is taking 8 years of working for Grant, 8 years of following his material, 8 years of looking at how he operates, and I'm applying it in my own life. So this is what is 10x junior. Like, this is like 10x light, right? Like, I'm building it right now, and all I'm doing are the same things he's doing. So like, if you're saying, hey, I want to just benchmark myself against Jared, then like, that is exactly what you should be doing. Because all I'm doing is looking, what is he saying? Doesn't quite make sense, but trust it. And every time I trust it, it works out. That's why when I'm telling you, and he's telling you, come to this event, it'll change your life. I'm talking about Growth Conference. I'm talking about I don't have my badge on. I'm talking about our 10X Growth Conference. It's coming up in February. Dude, it's 22 days away. It's 22 days away. When we are telling you, come to this event, it's not because we need the ticket. It's not because we need your money. I promise you. Like, if we take all of the money that we make from this event and we remove it from our company, it literally is a non-event for my paycheck. Literally, non-event. Grant, literally, non-event. You coming or going does not make a difference in money that we make or money that we take to the bank. Like, these events are brain damage. They're really hard to put together. They take a lot of time, a lot of planning. There's a lot of issues and problems and customer complaints. But the thing that makes it all worth it is when you guys make the commitment to get there and you experience what we're trying to do. I don't always understand everything that Grant tells me, but I do it because I trust him. So if you don't quite understand the big event thing, if you've never been to a big event before, trust Grant. Trust me. Like, you've got to get to this event. I promise you, it'll change your life. Go to 10xgrowthcon.com/loyal. This is a secret link. This is a secret link that is not public. 10xgrowthcon.com/loyal. Okay, if you are a loyal follower, if you are a loyal customer, go to 10xgrowthcon.com/loyal. I had them throw together a quick little site so that you would have access to special pricing for this conference because I want you there. Like, I don't know how else to say it. It will change your game. We're bringing people that have been at nothing and built something massive. Every single person has influenced hundreds of millions or billions in sales. Every single person has been built from the ground up, meaning they didn't start with, they weren't rich when they started. Sarah Blakely's a billionaire, and she was cold calling, selling copiers when she was 32 years old. And then she built Spanx, and then she became the youngest self-made female billionaire in the world. Like, these are the types of people we're bringing together. Learn from the successes, right? So never, ever, ever stop learning. And then, last and not least, number 5, you have to experience new things. Let me recap real quick. Number 1, get uncomfortable. Number 2, meet new people. Number 3, monster goals every single day that are crystal freaking clear to you. Number 4, never, ever, ever stop learning. And then number 5, experience new things. Take a class. Go to a yoga studio. If you've never done yoga, just do it. Everybody's talking about it. I was like, dude, that's for the birds, yoga. And then I went there. I was single at the time. It was a great idea. It was a great idea for me to go. And I learned how to stretch, right? And watch all the scenery, everything that was going on. I learned about Pilates too, right? Like, do these things. I took dance lessons when we got married. Like, dude, these are just experiences, right? The difference is the experience that you'll have at the 10X Growth Conference, I guarantee you, will make you money. So you got to decide if you want to have an experience because it gives you a memory and you have some fun, or you need to decide if you want to have an experience because it's going to make you money. There was a study that was going around that had to do with Christmas presents. And when people were given a Christmas present, the following year, they did not remember. Like 80% of them did not remember what they got for Christmas the year before, if it was a gift. An experience will be remembered for a lifetime. I will always remember my child being born. I will always remember the day I got married. I will always remember the first time I went to Italy. I will always remember the first time I went to Paris, the first time to Mexico, the first time to Costa Rica, the first time to blah, 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 blah. Like, I'll always remember these trips. Dude, I couldn't even tell you what I got for Christmas this past Christmas. It was a week ago, right? But these experiences I'll have for a lifetime. So if you believe that experiences will be with you forever, now I want you to make a decision. Do you want experiences that make you feel good, or do you want experiences that will make you money? I promise you there is a time for both. Grant is at a point in his life where he can have experiences for fun. You know, hopefully it will one day be closer to having experiences for fun. Dude, I need to have experiences that make me money right now. I am hustling, I'm grinding, I'm trying to dude, we were here till 9 o'clock last night. We'll be here till 9 o'clock again tonight. In the office 8 o'clock in the morning, out at 9 o'clock. When we get into GrowthCon week, dude, everybody in the office is working 14, 16-hour days. It's going to be a freaking all out. But we're going to be getting uncomfortable. We're going to be meeting new people. We're going to be learning new things. We're going to have monster targets and goals every single day. And we're going to be experiencing something that we will look back on for the rest of our lives and be like, remember when we put on the largest business conference in the world? Dude, that's what we're doing here. What are you doing? What did you do last year? Is it memorable? Is it forgettable? Is it going to get you where you want to go? Be real with yourself. Call yourself out. If you're dragging ass, if you're being lame, if you've got goals but then you don't do shit to back it up, call yourself out. If not, I'm calling you out. Step up your game, man. It's time. So get to this conference because it's going to connect you with other people who have been woken up. There is plenty of success in this world for you. But the first thing you need to do is decide it's there for you. The second thing you need to do is you need to move towards it. And the third thing you need to do is you need to develop this never quit, relentless pursuit of it. You do these 5 things, you do those 3 things, and I promise you, you will be well on your way to building the life of your dreams. Natalie, let's go to some damn callers. Sean, what's going on, man? Sean, you there?
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on,
man?
Is
that you?
Yeah, man, what's up?
What's going on, brother? I met you at NAC last year. You're a cool dude. Your energy in person is just like you are on the show. It's awesome, man.
I appreciate that, bro.
Hey, I was just calling in. What's a strategy going to GrowthCon? What is a strategy you would use to maximize your time at GrowthCon?
Dude, I love that. That's a great question. So the question was, what would you do to maximize the GrowthCon experience? So if you have your seat to Growth Conference, here's what you need to know. Number 1, this is probably the safest environment that you will come across on planet Earth to network, connect, and market yourself, your product, your service, your company, whatever. The safest. Because we are telling you, come to do this. If you are coming, expect to meet people. Expect to reach out to people. Expect for people to attempt to reach out to you. So if you have kind of issues with a lot of people, if you have issues, if you don't like going to people, just know you don't necessarily have to be a person going out. People will come to you. When you're standing in line getting a drink, a popcorn, a hot dog, a piece of pizza, chicken fingers, whatever, dude, meet people. Talk to the people around you. Find out where they're from. First question you should ask everybody is, hey, what's up? Where are you from? Where are you, dude? Everybody here is from somewhere else. So start conversation. So back to your question specifically. I get all excited right now, man. 22 days, man. Okay, so
up,
dude, number 1 thing you do is you gotta have targets. You gotta have targets and goals for what you want to accomplish. So I would, what do you do?
Right now, I'm in Los Angeles. I'm a boat captain. I'm actually driving a boat right now.
Okay, so you're a boat captain. So what I would say is there are a couple categories you want to have targets for. Number 1, who do you want to meet? I'm talking about a persona, unless you have a diamond ticket, you're not going to meet any of the speakers. Sorry, those are sold out. But number 1 thing is, who do I want to meet? What type of people do you want to meet?
Well, here's the thing. I was in real estate before I moved out to LA. I just went back to my original trade to supplement my income for the moment. I'm trying to get back into real estate. Sean Keenan, remember the name. I'm going to put in for loan processor with Cardone Capital.
Come on.
And I'm trying to get back in the real estate game, and that's the best place to start is at GrowthCon. I know that for a fact.
Okay, so then you got to figure out, dude, other than getting a job with Cardone Capital, who do you want to meet? So you need to have an assessment right now of where you're at. Let's just say, hey, I want to meet
real estate.
I want to meet 3 people in real estate that are my age that are on their grind. I want to meet 3 people that are trainers or health coaches or people that are super fit. I want to meet 3 people who are like spiritual people who can help me be more spiritual. I want to meet 3 people who are highly successful that could potentially mentor me. Like, you need to figure out who you want to meet, because the first thing you need to do when you come here is you need to connect with people. The second thing that you need to do, this may not make sense for you, but like if you have a product or a service and you own the company, then I would be like, dude, I want to have targets for leads or deals, leads and deals. How many leads, how many deals? I want to have targets for people that I want to hire. People are definitely coming to this conference unhappy where they're at, looking for a big opportunity. So have that ready. Like, if you're an individual and you're looking for a new job, maybe one of your targets is, dude, I want to meet somebody who can give me a job. Like, this could be the biggest job fair on planet Earth. That's
my mindset going in, and that's why I thought of the question. It's just strategy that you would think quick action plan to knock things out while I'm there. Maximize the 3 days.
So number 1 is networking and connections. Who do I want to connect with? Number 2 would be like either sales, like who do I want to connect with to sell, or transact with or hire or something like that. And then number 3 would be, what do I want to learn from the speakers? Go on the website, write down each one of the speakers, and then like what do you want to learn from Steve Harvey? What do you want to learn from John Maxwell? What do you want to learn from Bethany Frankel? What do you want to learn from Damon John? What do you want to learn from Ryan Dice? What do you want to learn from Ty Lopez or Russell Brunson or Grant Cardone or Elena Cardone? Like what is it that you want to learn from these people? Because if you go in and you are looking for something specific rather than just like, it's just like your goals. If you have a specific goal, your chances of hitting that target are like 3 times better than if you just like, I'm just showing up to work and I don't really know why. It gives you a specific thing to look for, right? And then in search of that, you may find other things as well. So those are the 3 things. Who do you want to connect with? What do you want to buy or sell? And then number 3 would be, what do you want to learn from the speakers? So I hope that answered your question, Sean. I appreciate the call. Look forward to seeing you at the 10X Growth Conference. Folks, we still have seats left, but we will not have seats for very long. Our daily sales rate puts us at a complete sellout of the event in by what day is today? Today's the 10th. What day is the 16th? By the 16th, if we keep up this daily sales rate, we will be completely sold out. I'm not gassing you up. This isn't a sales pitch. I mean, it kind of is, but like I'm telling you the real deal. We will sell out of this event. If we continue the daily sales rate that we have, we will sell out of this event. We have about 4,600 seats remaining in the stadium, and we're doing between 450 and 600 tickets a day. Do the math. We will be sold out. Do not wait. Buy your seats now. I'm just telling you. 10xgrowthcon.com. If you go to /loyal because you listen to this show, I'm trusting that you are a loyal follower, customer, 10xer. And I want to make sure that you get a special offer. So 10xgrowthcon.com /loyal. We have anybody else, Nat? All right. So, dude, that's it for the week. 5 tips to jumpstart your success. You do these 5 things, I guarantee you that you will be on your way, your fast track to success. Get uncomfortable, meet new people, experience new things, have monster daily goals, and never stop learning. Get your seat to the Growth Conference. I will be disappointed. I will be upset. I will be hurt personally if you don't make it to this conference, because, and it won't be for me, it'll be because you miss out on the opportunity of your lifetime. And remember, the only people on planet Earth who condemn the hustle, the only people that talk down about the hustle, the only people that talk down about success are the ones who have already given up on it themselves. We'll see you next week.
I was bored, I was lazy, not doing anything, sleeping, and not doing what I have to do. Grant Cardone changed my life.
I want to showcase your success at Growth Conference 3.
I promise you it'll change your life.
When I met him, my entire life got better. He makes people better. He's a magnifier.
It was so empowering. It was so inspirational. And my husband and I will walk away from this, the Growth Con, changed forever.
I would say to you from all over the world, come to the next 10X conference.
I want you to have an experience that you will never, ever forget. We want to make this a big event for you. Our goal is to change your lives. This is what you have to go through. Anybody can be 1X or 2X. To get to these multipliers, I mean to blow the roof off of your life and career to 10X in your business. 10X your lives. 10X the lives of the people around you. Give more than you take, and I promise you, you will get more than you ever dreamed of.
My name's Grant Cardone. This is the Cardone Zone every day, every day, every damn day. I'm going to show you how to get money a lot cheaper than this. Hey, get yourself in a position to sit in that chair right there. Are you the solution or are you the problem?
Yeah, well, we're talking about what does it take?
They don't know you, and they're not thinking about you. They do
forgot
know
you.
you, and they're not thinking about you.
They forgot you. My name's Grant Cardone. You are in the Cardone Zone, where I wake you up, I shake you up, I punch you in the face, but mostly, I'm that good uncle.
What's happening, Grant Cardone?
Yeah, what's happening, man? You got a deal or you got a question?